So hello guys, it's me Prathamesh Sargar. So today we're gonna talk about APIs. What is API and why we should use APIs in our application? Because if you wanted to learn about APIs now, then it will be the best for you. Because as a programmer, as a developer, you wanted to build something now, then in that we are using APIs in lot of the cases. And you can told as like that application is not fulfilled without APIs. If you not use API, then there is a application will not be complete. Okay, yes, application API means application programming interface. API बरोबर है, allows communication between different softwares. Means क्या, due to the APIs, two different software, two different applications can communicate with each others, can interact with each others. Such a like of things we can do by using APIs. But a data exchange between an application, such that it gives them one real world example is that waiter. Waiter, yes. In that term, if you visit any restaurant, then you can see that it contains three members. One is a chef, which make the food for the clients or make for the people who wanted to eat something. Another one is a waiter. Waiter is a connecting link between a client, which will be people who come to visit that particular hotel for eating some kind of delicious food which is made by the chef. Because yes, so for that passing the food from chef to the client, so for that required one member, which one is the waiter. So has like that in our any website, if you wanted to get some kind of data, then we are calling or we are request to the server to get that particular data, and has the server respond that particular request, and according to that they give to the response. In simple terms, that why we are using the API, because you are building such kind of any website and in that you want some kind of data and you are storing that particular data on your own website, on your own folder. Due to that, your application, your website size will be increases. So to avoid that, we are storing that particular data on another server, and we are requesting that particular server as we are needed that particular data, and according to that we are fetch that data and show the data to the user. So for that we are using API, application programming interface. In simple terms, how these kind of things are happening in real world, such that our client application, the application or the website or the web application or mobile application which we are using, this is a client which we see is the front end, and from that we are sending a request such that I want information about myself, or I want some kind of foods, so I am requested to the server. So to the when I am clicking on the request button, then the request button goes to the server. It hit the backend endpoint where the API will be business logic will become, and according to that our request will be response, and according to that we are getting a response, and that response we are fetching from the API from calling when all things will be done, and as the data is coming we are fetching data and display the data. Here you can see that API request karte, then what kind of things, server database, server goes to the database and get response, and API responds to that. In simple terms, you can understand it very well. So first of all we are creating another one example is that we are using Postman. So why we are using a Postman? Postman is like testing your API. If you are creating one API now, such that if you are building any application, and for that you are creating an API and you wanted to test that API, all things will be done good or not. If there is any error while getting data from API, so that we are using a Postman. So in that Postman, here is the one link, or here is the one API request. For that API request, there are four types of API requests. Get that particular data, post to the send the data to the server, for put update the data, given data, and patch is for update data, and delete that particular data. So I am getting the new job. Here what kind of things you should do that API? It will generate a random job for every API endpoint request. So that first of all, here is the joke is that how to locomotive knows where they are going. So here is one joke. When I am sending another one request now, then you can see that the joke will be changes. Here is ID 119. So you can change that, new ID will be 413. and new joke will be come. Why did the developer go broke buying bitcoins? Okay, this kind of joke. When I am sending another request, then it will be gives another random joke. You can see that. You can see that, yes. So has like that API. It's all about this. Barabar, it is the connecting link between front end and back end. Due to APIs, they can come front end, back end communicate with each other, and our application will be stay in simple and effective way. And due to that, all things will be run in a smooth way. So understanding about API is also very important. So if you have any doubt, then please drop in comment. Then we can solve that particular problem as well.